Hi, please feel free to turn on the microphone. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Oh, good.
Great. Welcome to our formula webinar, and today I'm here for you to answer all your questions. Did you have time to go through these 3 emails with 3 steps on refining and your art formula?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I went through the 3, but I went through the first one about what inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was helpful. It was nice how you simplified the email to straightforward points. That was like the answer was there, but you just needed someone to point for you. So the questions were to the point. That was nice.
Yeah, of course, all the answers are inside you, and I can tell you what your art formula is. Only you did know this, but I am happy to give you some guidance, some questions to help you with that. You said that you did only the first email, right?
I'm sure that I open it. I'm not sure about the second two.
Okay. And the first email was about inspirations. And
Yeah.
what are they for you?
Well, I guess it's nature and calligraphy. Calligraphy, whenever I see calligraphy, I feel like, oh, look at the Arabic fonts, but and the lines and how they goes. I really love calligraphy.
Yeah. So nature and calligraphy. It's a good
Yeah.
start. The second email I can share with. Hi, Katarzyna. Hi. Welcome. We're talking about your art formulas, and we started to talk with Meyer about her. And you're welcome to. I will be happy to guide you a little bit through this. So, Maya just shared with us that her first. There is a sound on the
Yeah.
background somewhere.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Where are you from, Katarzyna?
Wait a second. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Great. I'm from Poland, actually, from Warsaw.
Wow, that's great. Did you have time to go through these 3 emails and steps to refining your art formula?
Actually, I of course I've read them, but I haven't had a chance to just write it down. But I've been thinking about the topics and the artists and the style, and I guess I have my answers, of course.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about making a quick brief right now? I can share the screen and we can go together through these emails with you, if through these steps. What do you think about it?
Yeah, sure. But first of all, I need to turn off my soup because it's going crazy. So I'll be right back. I have to turn off my soup, okay? And I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think that something is boiling really hard.
Okay,
Thanks.
Okay, of course. And I will share the screen maybe to show you the rest of the emails. Okay, share somewhere here. Can you see it now? Yeah, these are the copy of the emails, right? Maya, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it. It's a little bit small.
Okay, I can make it bigger.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Valentina, hi. Thank you for joining us. If you can turn on the camera and participate in this, it's almost like a workshop where we are going to go through 3 steps to help you to reflect and refine your art formulas. And we start with, hi, nice to meet you, Valentina. So we start from the first one. And if you have a pen and sketch or note, just to make some notes, it would be great. Or maybe you can type in notes in your iPhone, in your phone, whatever you usually use. Please feel free. So the first step was to reflect on your inspirations and make a list of your favorite artists. And what is more important actually here, not only think about who are your favorite artists, but also think, why do you love them? What is so special for you about this artist and their artworks? For example, maybe you know that, okay, I really admire their color palette, or I love the expressive way they use the strokes and so on. Or maybe you see some patterns or common things from one style to another, the artists that you prefer. Just sometimes it's really hard to identify one particular artist. Maybe then it will be easier to write down your favorite artworks. Maybe you really admire one painting, or it's a contemporary illustrator or photographer. It doesn't matter, but it should be something that makes your heart beat faster. The image that you just have on your mind when you're thinking about some of your favorites. So write from 3 to 5. Today, of course, as we are doing it online, you can just, a couple would be great also. Maybe after the workshop, the webinar, you will have more time to reflect. Just start from a couple of names or a couple of artworks. Maybe you don't remember the names of these works, but you remember the pictures. And write next to it, write, why do you like these colors, shapes, maybe the emotional state that it gives you. If you feel some emotions looking at this artwork, also identify it, right? Maybe you will find out that your art that you like more about happiness and love, or maybe it's something cute, or maybe it's more dramatic, or something that gives you really very strong emotions, but with a sad mode, sad tunes. If you are ready, you're very welcome to share it in the chat if you can talk, or just feel free to turn on the microphone and just tell us, share with us what have you wrote down. Yes, Maya, are you ready?
Yeah, do you want me to write, or should I be?
Let's talk.
Well, I've written Klimt for sure. And there is an artist called Brenda York that I love her work. For Klimt, I love the details, how there is a lot of details with the gold color palette. That's my favorite for Klimt. For Brenda York, I love the combination of colors, how she always works with the hues of blues, adding a bit of red and yellow here and there.
Are these color combinations very bold or more gentle, or maybe it's more saturated colors or desaturated pastel colors?
I'm not sure how to describe it.
What you said, that blues, red, and yellow, for me it sounds like I don't have this image, but it sounds like a very vibrant and bold colors. It's color combination. If it's like a primary blue, red, and yellow, or
no, they are not primary. She's not using the colors basic as it is. But maybe what I love more now after I wrote what you were talking about, maybe also the emotional feel I get from her paintings, because it feels, oh, while you're looking at the painting, there is a story inside there. Your eyes could move. There is motion inside the picture.
Emotions. And what emotions are there? Can you name them?
Warm emotions, like connected. How do you feel warm and connected to someone that you love, whether it's partner, kids? How you get the sense of warmness from the picture.
Sounds lovely. Are there any more some patterns? I mean, some common things that repeats from artwork to artwork?
Sorry, what? More what?
Sorry, I forgot the name of the second, not Klimt, the second one.
Brenda York.
Brenda yours. Yeah. Looking at her artwork, do you see some more common things, some more general, what you can definitely define from artwork to artwork that you like?
In my work from her work?
In her works, in her.
Sorry?
In her works.
Yeah.
It's okay. If it's hard for the beginning, you already noticed a lot of things. If it's hard for you, by now it's definitely, you already did the first step, took it, so don't worry.
Maybe there is a third artist, is an Arabic artist. He does calligraphy. He's called El Cid. I'm not sure if you have seen his work, but his font feels like a pattern at the end. I love his work because he can turn the calligraphy into a movement. Like you move with every font that it's there. It's very hard. I have been trying to do a little bit like his work, but it's very hard to work with letters. How he make it smoothly when you see the work, it's amazing.
Yeah, calligraphy definitely needs some skill, some practice, right?
Yeah.
But calligraphy also can be super different. It has different characters. Calligraphy also can be more expressive or more precise. Which one do you prefer? More geometric, more fluid, more organic. It's super.
No, actually, when I add a little bit of calligraphy in my work, I like to mix between both. I don't like to use one certain thing. That's the nice of calligraphy, because if you added a lot of letters or added a lot of fun words together, it could turn into a shape, and you could just highlight on a word or a letter that means something in whatever the theme you're talking about in your painting. That's what I love. I don't like to be, it's either not straightforward message or just playing with the letters. I like to mix between both of them.
That's good. Katarzyna, are you ready to share with us?
Thank you.
Sure. I'm not sure because I'm not seeing myself. Can you see me or hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool, great. So, well, my favorite artists, I have a lot of them, but in general, recently I'm more drawn towards well, maybe I was always drawn to it, but yeah, more vibrant colors, lots of very, very vibrant colors. And artists like Mia Pensa, she's from Australia. or Adrian Cox. That's completely different style, but I love it for different reasons. Those two painters. The first one, Mia Pensa, I love for the bold brush strokes and very vibrant colors. I love her palette schemes, and I love the simplicity of her paintings. Not that simple, it's not minimalistic, but she paints recently she paints mostly tigers, and she has very unique style. I love it really. And Adrian Cox is a very talented, like old school master painting, and he's invented his own mythology. You know, it's crazy, and he's doing like the story behind his paintings, which are really super fantastic, like the mythical creatures, like shining from within. It's really amazing, and I love the wholeness of it. You know, colors, of course. Technique is suburb. And yeah, and the topics are, everything is so cohesive. I love that everything fits together, and it has also very unique style. And then I love Inka Eisenhigh. It's a little bit similar to Adrian Cox but she's painting more floral themes. She's inventing her own like plants. It's hard to say whether there are some creatures or plants, but the colors are very sublime also. And I also love French. I'm not sure if he's French, but he lives in Paris, and he has Instagram account Sergey Paints, something like that. And I love his playing with colors. I mean, like the way he uses colors and the way he plays with shades. He became famous and went viral on Instagram while painting shades on the buildings, and the colors he uses are really spectacular. Like and there's also one artist, I forgot, Tanya, I forgot her name, but she uses my favorite color palette recently, which is combinations of yellows, like warm, very warm colors, and violets in contrast. And I really love it. And of course, I love your work. I love your patterns. I love your vibrancy, and I love I especially love the project that you made with the embroidery. I'm totally drawn into this small project recently, so I have very vast inspiration. My own paintings are like, I would say, I'm changing my style a little bit, like all of the time, and I can paint in multiple styles. Sometimes I want to have fun with abstractions, so I have fun with abstractions. And on my Instagram I have shown my last large large, there's less than 20 paintings on transformation. So there is a very personal story of transformation, which I put into the paintings. But talking about your workshops and creativity in general, I move toward the vibrancy, the lightness, the fun, the expressive brush strokes, and that story on my Instagram is like more my art therapy, my own art therapy. I can paint, of course. I finished Academy of Fine Arts, so I can paint realistically. I like it. I very like it. But right now, I feel I want to start something fresh, something bold, something new, something more not that realistic.
That sounds so inspiring, actually, and I feel like you have a pretty clear vision of your preferences, and that's great. Can you tell me a little bit more about the colors? You said that they have particular colors, all their artists, but could you please be more detailed in description of the colors they use?
Mostly warm color palette, but contrasting with some cold hues. Like, I love the play between the contrast colors and the way that they and emphasize each other. You can say, like, it's yellow seems more vibrant next to the violet. I love it. I love the the effect it has on the observer.
So it's always combination of warm and cool colors make
just like in your creations, I would say it's this kind of aesthetic is very it's like very something I resonate with. Yes, it's like very mine also.
Can you add here any emotions that these artworks evolve in you? What you feel looking at these artworks? Your favorite?
Well, I love to feel joyful energy, playful energy, like uplifting energy. I don't like art that is depressing, dark, minimalistic, like for the mind. I love the art that speaks from the heart and from the joyful place, I would say. So that's what resonates with me. That's what I want to create, and that's what I want to feel when I watch some art, basically.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. I read to the next step, the second one. We can go through it pretty quickly, as we can't, of course, now experiment with these techniques, but let's maybe you can share with me what techniques do you usually use, what techniques are you going to try or would like to try, or styles to explore. What are your thoughts about combining maybe two different techniques? So what experience do you already have, and what would you like to try? Let's make some plans on experiments after art experiments after this workshop. Maybe you will schedule on this week or next week to try some new things. Maya, do you have any ideas? First of all, what you have already tried? What do you love? What you really don't like or maybe hate?
About different materials.
Materials, art techniques, or art styles, anything. Let's start from the materials.
Well, actually, I love mixing different materials. I don't like to work with one only. So usually I work with acrylic and oil and some oil wax crayons with them, or markers. There has been some trials with adding printmaking linoleum to the over acrylic. I have tried to use. I've used a little bit of relief, the glass relief. The glass relief, the relief pens that usually they are used on glass.
Okay. I haven't tried it, but I think I can imagine.
I also use them on painting. People have always been telling me, no, these are not nice adding them, try to get rid of them. But I just feel that because when I'm using acrylic, I use the knife, I add layers. So I feel they are all connected. I don't like to work with just one medium. Maybe adding a little bit of collage in the painting.
What exactly do you like in using art materials? I will give you some example. For me, when I use markers, I feel kind of control over the art tool, because I know what will be the width of the stroke, and it gives me a feeling that I know what I will draw now. I mean, I want this shape to draw this shape. I know I can draw this shape, this color, and it's very predictable for me. On the other hand, when I create with acrylic paints or some pastels, when I even start to draw with fingers over it or with brushes with some very expressive strokes, it's totally different. For me, it's about expressing my emotions and feeling. I don't think about the final result at all. I am totally into this creative process. And comparing, for example, with using in calligraphy, they have this like a Japanese brushes. For me, for example, this would be hard because it needs a lot of control of your hand on one side, but you also can make very different lines from the hair line to a very wide line. It depends on the pressure you put. So your hand is like a super skilled master that can control do this really very well. So there are many more other art tools, and all of them have their specifics. I think that when you say that you like to mix different colors, it's more about expression and expressive vibe and of experiments. But maybe I'm wrong. What is for you using these art materials?
Well, to be honest, I have never thought about why I'm using these materials. They have always find their way. It has been my method since I used to go to when I used to study in university. So actually, that came all of a sudden. I found myself expressing better with acrylic and using knife. I have never liked the brush. I like the knife that it gives a lot of freedom when you do strokes of paint and layering. I think it was about expressing some emotion when I'm looking back now, because it has been like since I gave birth to my daughter like 6 years ago. I have been on and off and on and off of in the art field. So that by that time it was a lot of expressing. There was a lot of anger, so the knife had been always expressing how to work with it, and then adding a little bit of details here and there, which is maybe what I needed to say in this all of the storm and anger.
Mm-hmm.
And for now, since I'm on and off work, that's where I'm feeling lost in this period of time. It's like because there is no much anger like before, but I'm still can't find the path or the style that I want to work on.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing. Actually, it's very beautiful how your life, how your art journey connected with the emotions and the way you're revealing it with art.
Thank you. Yeah, it has been I had a little bit of a roller coaster emotions. I have never been taught how to express emotions. So I guess that's why the acrylic and the strokes of the knife, they found me. I felt that they are connected. That was the only time when I was expressing, and it took me a lot of years to work on how to tackle my feelings and how to speak.
Mm-hmm. Can I give you a little homework?
Yes, sure.
Let's try after this webinar, or maybe when you have 30 minutes or an hour to create some art, just sit down, calm down, and take a little break, few breaths, and then just try to feel what your hands, what your heart wants to use. You can put all the art materials you have, or just imagine it in your head and feel which one you feel like is the best one for you right now. Don't think about the technical part, just an emotional one, which are more connected with you now, and try to make some new experiments with them. Just releasing your feelings, your emotions through these art materials.
I'll try to do this. I have always struggled with the idea that people have they have a path, they have a clear identity, but for me, I'm just loving all materials, and I like to mix this and that, and doing acrylic over printmaking. And people are like, that's weird. And I'm like, yes, it's weird, but it's nice, the mix, because life, I always has felt that life is like this. It's ups and downs. It's not smooth, or you're not in a race. You got ups and downs in your life. So that's what I always wanted people to feel when they watch my paintings. There is the ups and downs of the knife, of strokes, and there is another layer from the printmaking over it that shape it in a different way, and so on. So I just feel like I'm using a lot of different materials and techniques, but the rest of the world is not doing the same, or not all the artists are doing the same. It's like they're having their own style and own technique. But I'm using different stuff. So maybe that's why I'm a bit lost.
I think it's totally normal to use one style, one material, the same as using many of them. There are a lot of artists who use mixed media and combine very different art materials. So there is no rule that you should do like this or like that. All you need is to listen to yourself, to your soul, and let yourself create as you feel.
Listen, I'll be writing listen.
Thank you, Marwa. Thank you.
Thank you.
Katarzyna, what about you?
I've been using mixed media, and I also been drawn to different techniques during different years. Right now, I guess I'm looking for something fresh and new, and maybe some smaller ideas, because I finished my series of paintings, as I mentioned, those about transformation. And right now, I just want to start something brand new, something fresh. But I don't want it to be so serious. I want it to be more fun, light, maybe smaller size, maybe like just for fun, not necessarily, I have to create a new collection for sale, and, because I've always been drawn also to patterns. I've been a designer once. I also designed a furniture and some patterns too. It was mostly digital. But right now I would like to play with colors more. So I bought myself markers and crayons and oil pastels. And I just want to have, I guess, something like Maya said, I want to incorporate more collage. And also I love the embroidery. Really, it's something that it's on my mind. I've already bought myself, the colorful strings. And I've been doing it for just a little bit. I know how to do it. I've been just doing with my old sweater ones, and I really love the outcome. So, but it was really a long time ago. And I guess I just want to have fun, just to overcome the creative block of doing something serious, creating serious art. Because my idea recently was to create like a steady income from my art, and sometimes I'm too much, I guess, pressing myself, and then I have this creative block, and it gets too serious. Everything gets too serious, and I just give up. So I know I just need to start with something small, some sketches, some mini notebooks, as you have on your Instagram. I love it, like a small steps, And regarding style, Maya, if I may say something. Once I heard someone saying something that really, really helped me, because I've been struggling, as I guess every artist, we have to have your own style. Like, you already have it. It's just like it's the same as your writing character, character of your writing. It's the same. You just need to do it, and the style, appears itself by the things you do. You naturally are drawn into using those colors, not these, or these materials. And at the beginning, you just need to have fun. You just need to create with everything that resonates with you, and then it will just appear to yourself. And on the other hand, you don't need to have one style. You're free. You're having fun. Yeah, you are just experimenting, having fun. So it's for me, it's always remembering, why do I do it? Recently I've been doing it for my art therapy. That's why it got some shape. But right now I feel the burden of it, kind of. I want to have it more fun, something smaller, something more joyful, not necessarily something that talks about difficulties in life, right?
I agree with you. Do you already have this small sketchbook for your joyful experiments?
Yeah, I bought myself like the too big. I think I need to buy the small one. I love your small colorful one. It's so great.
Where do you usually buy art materials? In the local stores or online?
Yeah, in the local stores,
The local
actually.
stores, okay. What do you think about planning to go to the art store? Maybe this
Yeah,
one.
sure, I guess so. If I may ask, where do you buy yours? Those small, are they Moleskine or something else?
Moleskine has pretty thin paper, so if you experiment with mixed media, I suggest to choose another sketchbook with more thick paper. For example, Art Talents. Do you know the Art Talents?
Yeah, of course.
They're pretty affordable, and they have good paper for mixed media, and they also have small formats.
Yeah, that's a Polish brand, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you definitely can find it anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just need to buy myself, because I've been struggling to set schedule, or I would say a routine to do art daily, on a daily basis. Even though I'm tired, I just need to have at least half an hour a day, and at least small sketchbook, to draw something, like to have fun. And then I know it will start, to naturally become more, frequent in my life, right?
How do you think, when can you start?
Actually, I plan to start today for sure, because I already put it in my planner to start at least 40 minutes a day. And I was supposed to start from the 1st of September, but I haven't, because of, never mind, I haven't. So yeah, I want to do it today.
That's wonderful. You can send me a picture if you
Cool.
on Instagram.
I don't know whether you will be able to see it. You have really huge accounts, so maybe, well, I tried to via Instagram.
Yeah, via DM on Instagram. I try to. I can't promise, but I do my best not to miss.
Sure.
Okay, and our next step is, when we are ready with these first two, the third one step is to think now about key elements. And hi, there is a new participant, Mienti. If I'm not sure if I'm reading your name right correctly, please correct me.
Sorry, I'm late.
Don't worry. We went through the first two steps of creating your art formula, which I think you have in your inbox. And now we're going to the third step, the final one, to put down the main keywords that can help us to identify the art formula. By the way, where are you from? Did you have time to go through the emails on the art formula? Or
Well, I must admit that I only registered when
I
step
see.
2. So I missed step 1 and 2.
If you just registered, you will receive the emails automatically. Every email will come in 2 hours, with a gap of 2 hours or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't go from the very beginning, but
No.
I will explain that at the first we wrote down our favorite artists and their artworks, and we were thinking about what is so special in these artworks, what are the common things, what we like about them, just some notes about that. Then we talked about what experience already we have in using different art materials and art techniques, and why do we use it, what emotions they evoke in us, and what else we can try and experiment with. And now it would be nice to write down the keywords, and we will start with Meyer. And I think that here you already shared with us that you like nature and warmness. I think that for me, when you shared with us, Meyer, there was a lot of energy when you shared the emotions, the emotional part of art. When you describe your favorite artist and what you create and how you express, I suppose that it would be a good idea to identify the main word that could express what emotionally your art means to you, this connection.
Is that a question for me or for?
It's from from Meyer.
Oh, I must say I don't really know.
Okay.
When I see your formula, my formula became floral and vibrant and doodling and joy. I think, yeah, that's it. But I have to make on my own, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that's why we love your work so much.
Oh, thank you very much. Can you please help me to read your name correctly? Is it
Mientje?
How?
Mientje.
Mientje. And where are you from?
Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Ah, Amsterdam.
I'm trying to move my window to my laptop because you're looking at the side of my head all the time. I'm using the camera for my laptop.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your art.
About my art.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really in I'm really developing my art. I'm a biologist,
Wow.
computer programmer. So I have both a very deep love for nature, but also for technical things. And I am a calligrapher for about 15 years now. So I love letters a lot. I love drawing letters. I'm not into the very old-fashioned calligraphy, but more the free, open calligraphy, as in letter arts, maybe more that kind of thing. And I'm trying to find a way to use also calligraphy in whatever art I'm going to make.
Mm-hmm. So you usually use calligraphy in your art, right?
Yeah.
And what kind of calligraphy?
Well, how would I say that? It's not that I'm into writing a Gothic letter as proper and as neat as you can do it, but I'm more about exploring the letter forms and see how you could expand them and change them. I don't even care if nobody can read it, as long as it refers to the idea of a letter.
Sounds very interesting.
Well, that's it. I think that's it. And I love complicated things. I like it if things are difficult. I really love it if people have to put a little effort into a piece of art or whatever.
Interesting. Why it's important to you?
I don't know. I think because I like to puzzle myself.
So you put a lot of passion in your art.
Pressure?
But passion, a lot of passion.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
Maybe, I don't know. Doesn't everybody? I mean,
Not everybody put all of themselves in their art. I think it depends on personality, on the person.
okay.
And what
I'll catch up with wherever you are now, because I don't want it to be too much about me.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. You will receive the rest of the big first emails on your
That's great.
inbox, and I hope you will have time to, or you can watch the recording when I upload this recording of the webinar, and it will be easier to go through the emails and to see how we work on them. Okay.
That's great. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, and we go to Meyer, please.
Sorry, Paulina, I get distracted easily. So can you please ask me again?
Okay. Now, gathering all together all the information that you wrote down during all the notes that you wrote down during these 40 minutes, you had a lot of reflection on your favorite artist, why you like this, what color palettes do you like, what kind of brush strokes, what emotions. As I said, I suppose that emotions are the big part of your art, and what you describes, what energy I felt during your story when you shared it. The emotional part is really an important part of your art formula. Considering all these notes and thoughts, let's just try to highlight the main, maybe 3 words that could describe your art form, could be a part of your art formula. And I suggest starting from the emotional part.
I think, yes, emotions plays an important role in my art. But I think it's between the bold and smooth strokes, the in between, like when you watch the artwork, you feel like your emotions are moving, it's tackling something, and then you start feeling letting go, and it's like maybe dreaming, or I can't find the right word. You just leave the moment, and you go and start imagining with the painting, and just it's between you and the painting. It's tackling your emotions.
It's kind of a flow of emotions, the transformation of emotions.
Yeah. But I think adding bold strokes to the painting, like, yes, you're just feeling emotions, but still there is some bold stuff over there that says, but this is there and that's it. There is some bold movements over there.
Bold movements, I like it. So, and about colors, you said that you also mentioned the warmness connected with love, with people, right? There was.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be also reflected to emotions, the warmth when you feel when you see the painting. It feels like some sort, it's getting in touch with you, with what's you're feeling, what's happening, what the struggles that you go through, but at the end it shall pass and everything should be okay. So the worms, when you look at a painting, it's telling you like everything is gonna be okay, like you're not alone.
That's wonderful. And if we talk about colors, how can you characterize?
I think definitely I love bold colors, but with a bit of in-between shades. Not, it hasn't to be the primary colors like red and yellow, but there is still the in-betweens. Only to people that who's looking at it, they get to feel the in-betweens. But from the first look, you'll just see bold, straightforward colors.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination of even in emotions, in the part where you describe the appearance of the artwork, when you say that there's expressive strokes and then you add the details. So it's always like in between, as you say, it's something in between of bold and smooth, bold and details, some strong emotions, even anger you mentioned in the beginning, and then it's kind touch of love or something. So it's I find it an interesting combination, this in between, like a transformation from one bold color, bold feeling, bold emotion, bold strokes, to something more delicate, smooth, and small. What do you think?
Sorry, you're gonna say something.
Yeah, I asked you, what do you think about that? Do you feel related or not?
Yeah, actually, when I'm saying it out loud, speaking and talking about how the what I love and what's the colors and techniques and everything, I feel resonated to it. Yes, I feel that that's what I want to do, but maybe in the next chapter, or the practice that I want to go through now, I want it to be more less of anger, a bit more of calmness in it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the previous artwork, it's more like as if there was a storm going through.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe now I want to show in the paintings what's after that storm, what came.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna do it, I think I have to think a bit about what we talked about today, and just maybe let go a bit, listen to what's inside, to try to figure out how I'm gonna reflect this on an artwork.
Yeah, I suggest writing down these thoughts, these words, and try to practice. And our art formal doesn't mean that we live with it all the time. It can evolve, it can change. We just writing down some current state, some current values that are the part of your art, but it can change. You can change it anytime you want, and it's totally normal. And by now, I suggest write it down, and next time you start to create, read it, and try. And maybe after that, you will refine something or add something new to it. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Katarina, please. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, if I want to summarize it and extract the elements of my art formula for right now, I would definitely put vibrant colors, or playing with colors, or playing with color combinations, color palette that resonate with me, that are fun, that are cheerful, and childish play energy comes first to mind. And I would connect it with either abstract shapes, or I also love paysage very much, like yeah, and especially south of France right now. So I think I will be having fun around these themes and creating some kind of I don't know, visual experiments. It's difficult to say, but as I am preparing for the workshops I'm about to lead in the spring, it's gonna be in the south of France. I think it would be great, to have fun around those topics, to be able to, extract, or I know came up with some ideas for my workshops, because I'm still thinking about, how to do it, what to do, and yeah, so I think it's gonna be something like this for now.
It sounds very like a clear formula by now. And when you are going to do this small project with the small sketchbook,
Yeah.
my suggestion is when you make an sketch and artwork on one spread, give yourself 1 minute just to think what are the main key words here, and maybe it would be interesting to write down the notes after each little artwork you create to make the main highlights. What is artwork about? So it can help you also to refine your art formula from one experiment to another in this.
I'm not sure whether I understood you correctly. You said that I should ask myself about three or let's say three ideas I wanted to put into the art, or
after you fill in this spread on your small sketchbook, which you are going to start today. After you make any artwork in this sketchbook, just take a minute to write down what is the formula of this.
Okay, cool. I understand.
And this one by one, it would be interesting to see what is the difference. Maybe you will see, okay, from one artwork to artwork, I again use the vibrant colors or the childish energy, or this is always there. And just can help you to see.
Yeah, I like it. Thanks.
Great. Welcome. Also for everyone, thank you very much. And also for everyone who is here online, I want to share that on Monday, I start the Creative Voice course. Maybe you already know about it, but let me introduce it. 6-week course. And there we go step by step with more practical exercises, more different creative assignments with very small one, just for 10 minutes, a bigger one that help you to reflect, to experiment, and to really shape your artistic style, to practice. And in the end, we create a series of artwork to put everything together, all your ideas in a series of, it can be canvases or sketchbooks or digital if you use it. And there's a program here, so the 6 weeks program, right? First, we go deep into your passions and inspirations and techniques. Then we also deal with the art blocks and fears that many of us have, and support each other on dealing with these different artistic blocks. Then we go deeper into analyzing the elements, the visual part, not on, because first we go on the more analytical part, right, of our creative voice. And next we go when we are pretty confident in what about our art is, what is it about, what we want, what message do we have to share with the world. Then we analyze all the elements we use, what colors, what the characters of the lines, what are the shapes, and so we're forming really the idea and the appearance of your artistic style, and refine it and help each other to make it more clear. And here are some works from the students who already won this course. But what I want to share with you, that I have a promo code for those who are online. So there are 3 plans to join self-study with peers, which is super helpful because you study not alone, you study in a group. And as you see, even on this webinar, it's very helpful to hear what other creatives think and do, how they do these exercises. And we share there in the chat all of the exercises, so it's super supportive. And another plan is with weekly Zoom calls like this one, where we have an hour to talk about all the exercises of the week, to get the feedback and to ask any questions. And mentorship group, it's also like a weekly Q&A, but it's limited to the 5 participants. So it's super cozy and small group where you definitely will get their personal feedback. And what I wanted to share you with the promo code formula, like we are building formula today, for Formula 10, you will get the extra discount here, and you can apply it to any any plan you choose. So you can just type it here and you will get the extra discount. It works for today. And for those who will watch the recording of it, you can use, if you watch it later, you can use promo code Formula7, and it will be valid till September 8th. So the course starts on Monday. If you want to join it, please, you're very welcome. And what else I can say here? I will be happy to see you there, because anyway, it doesn't matter which plan do you use. I always keep my eye on the chat and communicate with the students if you have any questions. And of course, I will be very happy if you choose the plan with weekly Zoom calls. Then I will have a chance to talk with you just directly, like now. Oh, and I will send you in the chat the website if you need it. It's also on my Instagram in the link, in the bio, in the links. Maybe you have any questions, please let me know.
I'm kind of wondering, if you take the first option of the programs, how much time will it take every week?
Okay.
Or how?
Okay, this course is 6 weeks. 6 weeks course, but the material that I share with you, the content of the course, it's for 5 weeks, and the 6 weeks is just to give you more time to finish all the exercises, and because it's really important for you to feel comfortable, not to be in a rush. So all the new materials will be during the 5 weeks, and the 6 weeks will be just for support. Also, during the week, if we take 1 week, right? During 1 week, there will be the main content of the course. There are lessons, kind of lessons. It will be mostly notes, sometimes videos, but there are assignments and exercises. Many of them are on reflection. You will think about your preferences, analyzing them on using the script that I give, their description of what to do. It will take you, I would say, about 2 hours a week. Depends on you, of course.
A week? Oh.
Because it's a lot or not, 2 hours a week.
Not too much.
Not too much, yeah, right.
Oh.
And many of these exercises, you can just think about them on the walk or somewhere. It's something that need you to go a little bit deeper, not just like math and make 2 + 6. It's not this kind of exercises. You definitely need to reflect on your personality. So they take about from 2, maybe 3 hours a week. But they're also a practical part, more practical, like this one is also practical, but I mean hands-on activities. There will be mini practices every day. It will take you 10 minutes, don't worry, 10 minutes, 10 minutes a day. It's for drawing. I will give you a short art prompt every day. Sometimes you can do it even in 5 minutes. So 5, 10, 15 minutes, depends on you. Take a small sketchbook for this, and there will be different art experiments to try different lines, different colors, combinations. It's for you to have this habit, to help you to build this habit of daily drawing, and for going to go out of the comfort zone, because we used to draw the same things because it's just easier. And with these little practices for every day, you will definitely try something new. And there is no pressure, because it's not a finished, you shouldn't create a finished masterpiece. It's just kind of a sketch, but this sketch give you some energy, give you some field to experiment. So yeah, and that's all. And by the end of the course, there will be the final project to create a series. It's about 3 or 5 as you decide artworks. It can be even spreads in a sketchbook, just 3 spreads or 3, I don't know, postcards or 3 canvases. It depends on you. I have many students, someone created really canvases with art because they have more time, but some students created artworks like this, and then they were also pretty amazing and beautiful. It doesn't matter the size, it's and the techniques are also very, very different. Some students create the linography, some use markers, someone use iPad. So it's totally about you and your art. So there's no rules, strict rules like that.
And how would I connect with the other people who do the same, who take the same classes?
Mm-hmm.
And will I meet them every day? Am I supposed to be there every day or once a week, or?
It depends on the plan you choose. If you choose the first one, self-study with peers, it means that you will have the access to the educational platform or website where you have these lessons, and they will be open on the first day, the first 2 lessons, then on the second day, the next one. So it's only you and lessons. But to connect with your classmates, you will have a chat on Instagram. So it will be for students of this course, and everyone who is studying with you, they will have access to this chat where you can share and post your artworks. So there, students every day will post what they draw in these mini practices and how they did these exercises. So there will be some text, some photos of the sketchbook, and usually students chat with each other, sharing any ideas or ask questions. And I'm also there in the chat to help if anyone has questions. If you choose the second plan, with Q&A sessions, then plus this, what I just described, you will have the access to Zoom calls like this one, where once a week we will have a call for all the students of this plan, and we will talk and chat and share and ask.
Lovely. Okay. I have to think about it. Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
How many students do you expect to participate in these courses? I mean, I expected to see a lot of people in this session also. I'm kind of surprised that it's just the 3 of us, 4 of us.
No, usually I make very small courses. It's not like if you know that I have a course on domestic, of course there are thousands of students, but it differs a lot from what I make personally by myself, because I really value this cozy atmosphere when you have the connection, because it's really easy to lost when there are thousands of students. So this course, the groups, they different from, I don't know, from 10 to 30 students, for example. But even when there are a lot of 30 students, usually people who participate actively, they're not all 30 participate actively. So usually I would say that there are maybe 6-10 more active students who share or come to every call. But in the chat you have connection with everyone. But if you, I don't know, think that it will be too crowded on the Zoom calls, no, don't worry.
Okay.
And people also, some of them are from United States and Canada, and they have a big time gap. And my calls are usually this time, so it's too early for them to connect online. This is also the reason why it's not too crowded on the Zoom call, so don't worry.
But your weekly, sorry, the weekly calls are at this time already?
Zoom calls are 2 p.m. London time, so 1 hour earlier, 2 p.m. London time. So a weekly Q&A calls on Thursdays. And in mentorship group, it's on Fridays.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I have a question regarding your course because I guess I remember that you have some different course about the embroidery thing. Is that true? And do you plan to open it soon? And how does it work then? Because I'm more keen into, you know, those embroidery. As I said, it's really something that's on my mind. So that's my question.
Embroidery course is on Domestika, so it's pre-recorded and it's available in any second you.
Okay. So
I mean, it's another type of the course. It's on Domestika.
Yeah, I know.
Courses. It was recorded a year ago, and you can.
Yeah. I know. I've been doing a few courses on Domestika too. So
Yes.
thanks.
So I do not participate there online as a teacher.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, great. For this one, I don't have any questions. You explained everything clearly, so thank you.
Yeah, the difference is this creative voice course. I'm here for you. So it's the really big difference because I can guide and support you and give you answers online in the chat. And just like today, when you have this feedback, I think that this is the main difference between the courses, the format of the course. Yep, that's all. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
I hope now you have a little bit clearer vision of your art formulas and you will try to develop it and to refine it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Practice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Bye.